Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex video, and today we're going to be taking a look at you guys' predictions and comments on the new Boruto chapter 22 of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex. The chapter review should be coming out in the next couple of days. We got leaks very late this month, so the chapter review editor is officially starting the work on the review today, the day of the official release. So I thank you guys in advance for all your patience and support. Now, getting right into it, we're going to start over on Patreon and look at what the patrons have to say first, and then we're going to look at you guys' predictions over on YouTube. So starting out, we have O Snaps, who says, "What's up, Naruto Explain fam? Gonna be a battle heavy chapter." Yeah, you got that one right. Konohamaru gonna be like Nani Boruto. Boruto gets notified of Jura in the battlefield and uses his raining jutsu. I guess you mean Raijin jutsu. Yeah, I've been there too, fam. Where you do like the voice typing and everything. All right, Jura is smart enough to know Boruto's weakness is family. Vin Diesel. I fucking love you guys. Oh man, yeah. Okay, let me get back to it. Jura may either try to get the Thorn Soul bulb and be the person to extinct the Uchiha clan, but not before Mitsuki gets a try, which ultimately fails, which Boruto comes in to fight. Chapter ends with Kawaki joining the last panel. That's not a bad prediction. That's off in a few areas, but like when you do chapter predictions, that's about right. Like I said, you want to pick about 3 to 4 major things, and you have to account for action taking up several pages. Ikimoto follows Toriyama very closely. He is, for all intents and purposes, the spiritual successor to Dragon Ball's paneling. Look it up. Now, I will say, I am like a little disappointed we didn't see Kawaki, but I kind of like the flow of what we got for the chapter. I really like the flow of it. And the reason why I say that is if Kawaki showed up in this chapter, it would be a little too much. You had to see Boruto exhaust his options first. And so now you could either do it next chapter or the one after that. You know, like the next chapter might be like a momentum is fully on Jura's side portion, and then you have Kawaki show up in the next chapter, like the one after that. And then, you know, because you gotta pace it for a manga volume, which is 4 chapters for a monthly manga. Now, Aokiji, the Forsaken Storyteller, says, "What's up, my guy? Yep, man, I see you too, man. You know what I'm talking about. All right, what's good? I'm gonna keep it brief. With Jura pulling up, I think he's gonna snap Ryu's bulb and maybe hold Mitsuki and them hostage, realizing Boruto's friends, especially saw it as his thumbscrew. Somebody's been reading 48 Laws of Power. Then we get a tease that No Limiters Kawaki and Boruto versus Jura begins." So yeah, that wasn't a bad prediction. I really thought that Jura was gonna say, "Hey fam, these people are your weakness." It's like the logical thing, and yet when you look at his reasoning for it, it kind of makes sense too, though. You know, it makes sense for him to just look at Boruto's situation and go, yeah, I'm just gonna go kill Boruto. You know, I'm not even gonna do the underhanded stuff. You know, I like Jura. You know, this chapter did a lot for me in terms of pushing the Jura stocks even higher. Jalston says, I just love that name, by the way. All right, Jalston says, I think this chapter is going to be confirmation point for Mitsuki. I believe Jura's going to attack Sarada. He would go after her because in their previous fight, Boruto left him to go save her. That's a good guess. Mitsuki would then question why Jura would go after Sarada if the Thorn Soul was all he was after. That's logical. That was a good guess. That didn't happen, but that was a really good guess. I think it would be cool and a nod for OG fans if Mitsuki goes a technique similar to Kisame, where he uses his snakes to eat the Thorn Soul and spread a bunch of them. And oh, okay, so yeah, you're talking about when Kisame, which that's like an underrated feat too, like wood release on shinobi suppresses their chakra, and so they're just left with their physical strength. And like Kisame literally breaks free of Yamato's wood release and it's like, I ain't snitching, fam. And like you had like the whole thing like with the messenger sharks and everything like that. That whole last hurrah for Kisame, that whole sequence was just beautiful writing. I like that. I wouldn't be mad at that, man. Jura would kill him though. Like he would bisect Mitsuki if that happened. Zeko says, "What's up, bro? What's up? What's up, man?" My guess is that Jura will join in the battle versus Boruto and Mitsuki. Boruto will struggle to fight and protect Sarada, and maybe Koji will make some moves to help Boruto day 1000, asking for our Lord Momoshiki. I'm right there with you, fam. It's been 2 years. Like, when Momoshiki finally shows up, I want chaos. I stand on it. I want Momoshiki to just see Jura reading a book and then just rescind bullet the book and say, the hell with your book. I need that. I need Momoshiki on some demon time, man. Like, not just black Air Forces, black gloves, black mask, black duct tape around the handle. If you know, you know. I need all that right there. Let's see, Jay Briss. That's one of my One Piece subs right there, man. Jay Brizzle says, pretty cool that this Everything One Piece Explained guy is doing Boruto content. That's the One Piece channel, man. All right, long running joke. Anyways, it's time for Momo to show up, right? Right? Yeah. Not this one. I saw Rem and Robin. You know how to trigger me, fam. Let me stay on track for a second. Jura is here to remind everyone why he's Diddy's #1 disciple. Yeah, baby oil incoming, and soon to be the Naruto versus best antagonist. Straight putting holes in people. Donut Club is getting a new Tommy Bunny Bread's not gonna like that, man. That's like Discord insider jokes, man. Tommy Bunny Bread's not gonna like what you just said there. Big Enojin fan, so that's the inside joke. Just glad we're done focusing on that wannabe Uchiha and her trash Mangekyo short. I knew this was coming, man. So then I saw Bait and I saw Uchiha and then Rim and Robin. I was like, man, this is coming. Only thing Nami is good for is being eye candy. That is blasphemy. Holy, that is blasphemy, man. Like, Nico Robbins' bathwater is toxic for a reason. Jim be smelling and say, this smell like fish sticks, smell like home. Rim and Robin and Rukia, Rebecca, and even garbage like Sakura clip. Man, he just went whole scorched earth right there, man. Wow. They gonna come for you, man. I need you to do like in the comment section, hashtag stand on business for that one, man. You gonna do that? You gotta go full Sparta, like Leonidas, like standing up to a whole army by yourself right there. Let's see, Matthew Diaz. So that's my brother right there, man. I still ain't giving props to the politician though. You know who I'm referring to. I ain't got a problem with the politician, man. I'm just sick of him as a babyface. Let's see. Jura uses Boruto's friends to lure him over. Ah, man, I wish that happened. Hidari also comes to devour an unconscious Sarada. That is bold. You thought Hidari was gonna just creep up on Sarada. It kind of makes sense. Like, that's the time to do it. But, man, that's bold. You get Sarada written out the story this soon after she gets a power. Ooh, and Konohamaru live. I would, if I'm Ikimoto, I'm hiring extra security. Let's see, Boruto has trouble. Yeah, you got that right. Jura flexed on this man. Either Kawaki shows up to save the day or Momoshiki finally wakes up. Man, I really feel like after this chapter, it's gotta be next chapter. Like, Ikimoto can't just keep pushing the Momoshiki can down the road. Like, the longer you do it, like, you gotta go like Sukuna level at that point. You know, like, cause Sukuna, like, I think he takes over bodies in the entirety of the manga, I want to say 6 times. And there's I should know this too. I just did that how many years with Sukuna go to jail video. I want to say it's 6. But man, like, Momoshiki better raise some chaos. Like, no ifs and buts about it. He better raise chaos. Let's see. Benito DeCooch says, greetings, Naruto Explained. Been a while. It absolutely has. I'm reading this in my serious voice because you wrote a lot. So, hope life is treating you fair. Absolutely. I just saw my nephew graduate from kindergarten. You know, he turned 6 is it next week? Yeah, next week. Turns 6 next week. That's going to be fun. That little kid was bad as hell, man. Love him to death, man. Like, for the get personal for a second before we go back into the stuff. There was a song that they had to sing as part of the graduation, right? Simple stuff. It's kindergarten, wheels on the bus go round and round. So he picks up the inflatable school bus and is playing with it instead of singing the song. And then they transition to something else and he realizes, wait, there's so many people watching. So there's this giant pencil that is bigger than him. It's a blow-up pencil, one of those fake pencils. He grabs it, runs across the stage, so all the teachers are chasing him. He runs into the room and then runs out the room, runs across the auditorium, and is just laughing the whole time. I have a nephew that is basically Naruto. He is a prankster, man. He is a prankster. And oh man, I'm going through it, man. I'm going through it. Like, I love that little badass kid to death, man. Smart as hell too, but I love him to death. Getting back to it, man. Yeah, I'm officially big bro status. Just got to throw that out there, man. I'm officially big bro status, man. Don't call me Unc yet. Let's see. Honestly, when it comes to chapter 22 predictions, I believe a lot can happen. Let me cook. All right, let's see what you're cooking. I said I was gonna do my serious voice. Jura on the battlefield might make Mitsuki or Sarda as hostage to lure Boruto out. No serious voice. He will surely collect Matsui's Thorn Soul Bulb to prevent anyone from holding on to it like the other time. Boruto is most likely going to be cornered, knowing he can't run or hide, or behold our favorite Suzuki of all time to take over. And then we have Kawaki show his limits removed and be obliged to join Borushiki to fight Jura. Might be towards the end as a cliffhanger. I've got plenty of other predictions, but I believe it will be other chapters moving forward. Here's my questions. Do you think, thinking emoji, it's possible for Kawaki to shrink Boruto's kunai objects? He has chakra. Yeah, I mean, it's not a living object, so yes. If yes, will that prevent Boruto's flying thunder god efficiency? That's interesting. I mean, because like Boruto has to concentrate very, very hard. So, I mean, technically they would still be there. They just be really small. I would be inclined to say yes, because like Boruto's flying Raijin has multiple weaknesses. Like Minato and Tobirama, I would say like absolutely not. They would be able to. But Boruto, there's a question mark there. For as much as people say Boruto's a Gary Stew, he sure has a whole lot of weaknesses. Now, the same question goes to Uzuhiko and Sarda's Black Holes. I mean, Uzuhiko is still a chakra-based jutsu. So, yeah, like, it uses the planet's chakra, but Sukuna Hikona, it doesn't matter if you infuse nature energy or something. Like, Naruto automatically puts nature energy into his Rasengans when he's in Six-Path Sage mode, KCM2, and etc. And like we saw when he fought against Jura and Ishiki, they were all just completely shrank. Sarda's Black Holes, I mean, they're chakras, so I mean, I could see it. I think it's likely. Let's see. Bright01 says Vivi is the best go. That is blasphemy. In One Piece, it is Nami, and then Vivi is a very close second. And then Boa Hancock goes below Big Mom's runny, dirty doo-doo, and then you have whatever Ivankov does, and then you have Nico Robin at the bottom. All right, let's see. I think the chapter will... Running jokes. Let's see. I think the chapter will start with the Thorn Soul Bulb being made from Matsuri. Okay. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Bright's good too. Like, Bright is good. We having some good conversations on Discord. Patreon Discord. Let's see. Konohamaru will question why Boruto saved him, and then we cut away to Mitsuki and we see the page where Jura enters the battlefield. Boruto will try to talk to Jura, offering some kind of compromise, but Jura tries to kill Boruto, wounding him in the chapter end with Boruto's karma activating against his will, teasing Momoshiki's return to the story. That is a well-paced prediction. That did not happen, but that is very well-paced. Good job. Let's see. IK Time says another One Piece sub. Let's see. Jura easily overpowers Mitsuki and Arya, however you want to say it. Araya. I don't care. I butcher names. I'm going to continue to butcher names. Throwing that out there. Be glad I'm not calling him Bob. And just as he's about to retreat with the Thorn Soul Bulb, Boruto shows up to stop him. Oh, so you thought Jura was going to swoop in and swoop out. Okay. The next part can either be the second half of chapter 22 or 23, but Boruto will get overpowered by Jura and either Momoshiki shows up or Kawaki. That's not a bad one. That's not a bad one right there. Oh man, I already know Kenobi gonna say some out of pocket stuff. All right, Charismatic Charles says, I would like to see them use the Thorn Soul Bulb or Soul Thorn Bulb to bring in at least one person back so we can see how it works. Probably Shinki. I agree with you there. It might be Moegi too, based on the chapter. I think that whenever they come out that tree, they'll be healed of any possible damage. If that happens, Sasuke fans are going to be through the moon, which I am too, for obvious reasons. And they'll get some type of power boost since the Thorn Soul Bulb has what I'm assuming is their chakra mixed with Tento's chakra, and also, you know, Ko's chakra has the Shibai cells. Yeah. Also, I haven't seen anyone say this, but I think Sarda's ability summons black flame suns, not black holes. I mean, that's fair, which makes more sense to me because it's related to Matarasu, the sun goddess, and also her MS pattern is a sun. I would counter with that and also say, when you look at like this, when you look at the stages of a sun's, not sun, but a star cycle, black holes come Sarda after Naruto's burial mode being a super giant nebula. Anime Balls Deep is currently messaging me on I got the Discord notification. I don't know if that's for their server or if that's one of the guys from ABD that are messaging. Check that later. Totally got off the rails here. Everyone's been calling them black holes since they showed up, but I don't think that's what they are. Just a thought. Yeah, I'm sticking with black holes for the reason I just said. You know, the database will be very interesting. Let's see. Sage Kaioken. Oh, shit. I predict more heat. You got that right. Jura smacks up the gang, forcing Boruto to stay and fight. Man, he ignored them folks. Jura proves unmatched and makes easy work of Boruto. He did that. Let's see. Something happens causing the emergence of the great Momoshiki, or Kawaki saves Boruto last minute and we get a cliffhanger 2 versus 1. I mean, that might be next chapter. I think that might be 23 with the Momoshiki tease, or Kawaki shows up and then 24 is the Momoshiki tease. It's going to be interesting. Let's see. This dude, Kenobi, man. I love you, fam. Let's see. I predict Borishiki will be teased for the next chapter. Lots of dialogue. Some interesting reactions from the cast and crew to Sarda's MS. Yo, MNE, Amelia is trash. Can your yapper? No. Rim is the best girl. Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty. That's all I'm going to say. She heard I love Amelia and then she went to sleep and she ain't woke up since. Let's see. Tommy Bunny Bread, better known as Filler King. If you know, you know. Mitsuki and Araya do their best to protect Sarda and the Thorn Soul Bulb. Jura obliterates Boruto and then Momoshiki shows up. I agree with Kenobi. That is a fire prediction. All right. Let's see what they are saying over on YouTube. YouTube. So, Mitsuki getting washed by Jura. This is 508 CTK. Araya probably died. I needed that, man. I still hope it happens. Boruto said, everyone get out of here. Boruto's like, I ain't losing nobody else. We most likely get a lot of talking. The chapter ends with Boruto confronting Jura. No Boruto washing until next month. That was a close prediction. Close. No cookie, though. That was close. Let's see. King of the Silverback says, that's a name right there, man. Like, I thought about like this, if you know like 2000s hip hop, especially underground hip hop, you know what the Silverback Gorillas are, you know, like the group. Like, that's what I was thinking of when I read that, man. I was thinking about Bangum Smurf and Domination, man. Oh man, that took me back right there. My bones aching. That's like 2005 hip hop. Let's see. Mitsuki is gonna get bit by the claw grime and turn into a tree. Close. Not close, but good. I was reading clone and said close. A Shinju clone of Mitsuki will born. His target will be either Kawaki, Boruto, or Orochimaru. If Orochimaru becomes a target of Mitsuki's Shinju clone, that will finally bring Orochimaru into Two Blue Vortex, which would be awesome. I would be down for that. I like that. I'll be down for that. Let's see. DS hyphen XR6CR or X. Yeah, Bob. I'm not reading that over again. Let's see. The whole thing gets turned into Getting Folded line, the omelet simulator. Let's see. With Jura in the main role while Koji watches live stream and wonders where he went with Boruto. Yeah, Koji was not happy in this chapter. Let's see. The Admiral 4157 says Jura will be testing his theory about love and why it is a weakness of humans by taking the hostage the person Boruto cares about and sees the links Boruto go through. Also retrieving Ryu's Thorn Soul Bulb. So he did interrogate Boruto about love. That was a good prediction. Forever Chris 01, man. Okay, that's part of the notification squad right there. Let's see. I know Jura will manhandle Mitsuki and probably kill Array. I need that, man. I want Jura to catch a body. I think this is the part where Boruto will learn that he is not some Captain Planet who can save everyone. Nevertheless, I have a feeling that Boruto will break and Momoshiki will come out, but likely in the next chapter in June. I could see that. Let's see. Blake Warren, not like the Momoshiki coming out part. I can see that happening. Let's see. Blake Warren 8640 says, I know this is going to be a controversy, but Koji said if Boruto Himawari showed up, they would be killed. We know that to be false now. I don't see them killing off two of the biggest threats, but what if Kurama and Himawari did join the fight? I know it's a long shot, but I do see a possibility. Koji hasn't been honest with Boruto. He's focused on a singularity. I think that the thing you have to keep in mind with 10 Directions is what Kashin Koji said previously. He sees all these different outcomes. And if something is done that happens in a way that contradicts what he sees, it basically creates another branch. And so he sees all these other possibilities. So not everything he sees is completely set in stone, but he retains knowledge of everything that he's seen. So say if he saw a scenario where Boruto shows up like he did in this chapter, fights Jura, and say Konohamaru is supposed to leave. If Konohamaru decides to step in the way to save Boruto, that creates a new branch and new endless possibilities of stuff that Koji never saw. And so he has to use 10 Directions and see all that stuff and readjust everything he's seen. So I think there's a twist coming. I do think there's a twist coming because they're laying it on thick right now. Doodle Dime says, love your videos, man. Keep cooking, unlearn more and more every day. You unlearn more? That's like an insult if you unlearn more. You know, especially the top half of the month. Like July, like I'm probably gonna switch it up in July and do some more Boruto content. And basically the stuff that I'm gonna have editors working on, we're gonna take like a pause and I'm gonna change the approach to the lore videos. I'm still deciding because like the retention's been good. So I don't know if like maybe it's the thumbnails. I need to change the thumbnails up or something, do better with titles, but I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna play with it. I got some ideas. Like I might have to do a little bit more Boruto lore videos, and that's something I didn't want to do until after Boruto's manga in it. But you know, you guys as the audience dictate what I do. Like I personally want to do more Naruto content and just mix in Boruto stuff, you know, occasionally, like in terms of lore videos. But the thing that I've kind of seen is like whenever I do a Naruto video, the same people that sub when they saw the Naruto video, the moment I upload a Boruto video, they unsub. Like that civil war between Naruto and Boruto content, like it's real. I don't for the life of me understand why there's a beef between Naruto and Boruto fans. I don't understand it. It's the same damn series. But again, you know, that's the duality of being a content creator. You know, you have to make the content that your audience wants to see, not necessarily content that you're most interested in making. I'm interested in Boruto, but again, I want to do more Naruto content too. Let's see. This is the third chapter in the volume. Is it? No, it shouldn't be the third chapter in the volume because chapter 21 is the first chapter of this volume. 22 is the second. So the climax I feel is coming. So climax will be coming next chapter. I think Boruto will grab the Thorn Soul Bulb, Konohamaru, and use the marker by Mitsuki to appear. there is where the battle is set up. I think could be overwhelmed by Jura, even Mitsuki and the gang, even if Sarda's up. I don't know if it's going to be winnable. It damn sure ain't winnable right now. I feel we see Kawaki in the chapter, maybe his limiters on lock, maybe because some Ada dialogue about Jura happening by Mitsuki and Sarda. I feel that even though Kashin Koji is strict, I feel like he'll appear to save Boruto and reveal to Jura who has helped. I don't rule out Koji. That would be a good subversion expectations. That would be good subversion expectations there. Katarina Claus 96. Hope I said the name right. Also, big time supporter. I see you on all 3 anime channels. Big time appreciate you. This is so exciting. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen next. I'm there with you, man. Like, this is an action heavy chapter. I know some people wanted more dialogue, but it's like we had dialogue for like chapter 16, 17, 18, 19, and like mostly dialogue, and people lost their shit. And now we get an action heavy chapter and people are losing their shit again. Like, you can't please everybody. Let's see. Sandra Grubber 3095. I always butcher. I want to say Sandra when I see it. Let's see. Momoshiki messes with Boruto's mind. And also, Ada doesn't want Boruto to get hurt, so she sends Damon to help him. But Damon can't fly, though. That would be interesting. I don't know how Damon will get there, but he can't fly. Let's see. M78088 says, maybe it's time for Kakashi Goat to return. Man, that would be like the biggest troll thing ever if like Ikimoto said years ago, like I want to say like 2017, where he was like, it'd be a bit of a spoiler if I reveal why Kakashi was in the manga, and he's such a popular character, he'll show up. And then he never shows up because like we're 9 years into Boruto serialization, you know, and it's like, wow, no Kakashi in the manga yet. Let's see. Naruto Pal says, well, my prediction is this: Boruto fights Jura, gets dog walked, Sarda remains unconscious for the full chapter, and with Kawaki pulls up and fights Jura in the next chapter. Watch and see. You got very close. Boruto did fight Jura, got dog walked. Sarda was unconscious for the chapter, but Kawaki didn't pull up. Very good. Very good. Let's see. And Inconvenient says, disappointment followed by amusement as people argue online. You ain't never lied. As people argue online for another month. Like, it blows my mind. Every month we go through the same cycle over and over and over again. Like, just replace raw scans and people complaining to people getting text leaks and then automatically judging the entire chapter despite not having read it for themselves. And despite the fact that like the text leaks leave out some context on some stuff. Every chapter is, and I'm part of other fandoms. We got to do better in the Boruto fandom, man, because other fandoms know, oh, you take a grain of salt whatever you read and the text spoilers, but reserve judgment until you read the entire chapter yourself. We the only ones, we get panels out of context and like we just have a complete meltdown and fight, and like we judge the chapter based off of a couple of out of context panels. Like, what the fuck? Really? All right, rant over. Let's see. Demon Bob Dim Ox 1 says, this is definitely a bit of a stretch, but it would be sick to see the Jogan come in the chapter. Jogunists, keep buying the dip. Never give up on the Jogan. Greetling 6811 says, Code comes out of nowhere, steals the Thorn Soul bulb, or whoever it could be. Jura, if Code did some stuff like that, that'd be the biggest troll move ever. Let's see. Mozan Perez says, Boruto booted all over the place and Konohamaru was speechless. Yeah, Konohamaru was pretty much useless in this chapter. Let's see. Last Day Learning 7558 says, Kawaki walking out of the space-time portal like Ish. That, I could see that. And like, that would be like a big ore farm move if he did that. I could see that. Lil RPG 12 says Boruto and gang tried to hold off Jura until Kawaki arrived. Oh, that might be this chapter and the one after, because I don't think they're all going to run away. Like Boruto told them to run. I don't necessarily know if they all run. Like Konohamaru ran. That'd be interesting. That'd be very interesting. You know, like, I do think we're building towards Kawaki returning. Like, that's just, you know, if Kawaki stays out this whole time, that'd be up there with Sasuke basically getting Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in the manga, and is basically shown fighting the Zetsu clones, and then it's like another 6 months to a year, if I'm not mistaken, before he ends up running into Itachi. I want to say it was 6 months. Like, it was a long ass wait. Woo! It might not have been that long. Like my memory's a little off. I'm talking about the manga, not the anime. But like, man, it does feel like we're building towards that Kawaki debut. But that's gonna be it for the predictions that you guys have had over on YouTube and on Patreon. Again, as a reminder, the chapter review, I talked to editor, we're gonna aim for the 22nd this month, so stay tapped in. And there's a lot of Boruto news that came out. Ikimoto did a very extensive Q&A, so you can expect some videos based on some of the content that Ikimoto has discussed. Big stuff, including big stuff about Himawari. So as always, keep notifications turned on, and thank you guys for your patience and your support while you wait on the chapter review.